All right. I think we are live basically everywhere. So yeah, welcome to the Insider's Room. My name's Nick Parsons. I personally cannot wait until the North American sports return. That's my specialty. Until then, though, there is soccer back in North America. The MLS is back. It's on tonight. The guest I'm going to bring on, he has a play on tonight's game. That's about to get underway. And he has lots of other soccer plays. He's our resident soccer expert at the Insiders Room Discord. I'll bring him in here. His name is Mr. AM Plus Money. And then hopefully this week the stream doesn't drop out on us, AM, like it did last week. I think it was like an updating issue with something to do like that. And so I'm hoping that I have all of that resolved. How's it going, man?
Oh, I'm good. Hopefully nothing happens. I think we'll be okay, though. There's a lot more plays I got on the card this time, so.
Than you had last time.
Oh, yeah.
So you've been riding a bit of a wave up and down, and I know that you went 2-0 today on some personal plays. So where do you want to start here? Did you want to start in the Premier League, because the Premier League is back, but you're going to be all over the place. You have picks in many different leagues here, so I'm sort of going to let you direct what we're doing.
Yeah, so we'll start. You mentioned the MLS game, so in case anybody doesn't know, I'm on the Seattle Sounders tonight on the money line at even money. They're just a much better team than San Jose. They're the defending champions. I think the game's going to have a slow start. So I have a small piece on the first half draw and a small piece on the under one Asian handicap. Because as we've seen in the first three MLS games, there hasn't been a goal in the first half yet. And it's just one of those situations where these teams have never played in an environment like this, where there's no fans. They're inside the COVID bubble there. So it's going to be interesting. They're not going to be comfortable in the first half. And Seattle's the kind of team where usually they go into halftime 0-0 and then they come out and explode in the second half. So that's what I'm expecting here. It should be high scoring, but more in the second half. So Seattle Sounders definitely is a play I advise. If you're not on it now, hop on it. The game hasn't started yet. You should still be able to get a good line as it kicks off, though.
Keep our eye on the total in that first half as well, especially if it's a lower scoring one and you think that Seattle's a second half team.
Yes.
Do you have any other MLS games? Because MLS is back, as you know. So.
Yeah, I haven't looked too far into the matches yet, but I'm definitely going to be on the Toronto FC on Sunday to beat DC. They have a history of owning DC, and Toronto, they're just a much better team. The line is moving quickly on that one too. It's gotten up to minus 134 now. It was at minus 120. So I would advise to hop on that one as quick as you can. I definitely think the Toronto FC are going to come out and make a statement in their first game.
Okay. And so what else do you think here?
Yeah. So we'll hop over to the Premier League. No, that one's on Sunday. The Toronto FC one. That's 9 a.m. start. 9 Eastern.
So we're bouncing all over the place here, but we're staying in the MLS.
Yeah.
Were there any other MLS that you?
No, that's just all I've looked at so far. So definitely Seattle and Toronto. Now, if we'll hop over to the Premier League, I got a play in there. It's going to be on the Sheffield United and Chelsea match. So this is one where both teams, I think, are going to come to play in this one. Sheffield's pretty good. They've only lost the one match at their last 9 home. So they're definitely good at home. They got 3 straight wins at home. They also have a goal in each of their last 3 games. So I expect them to put a goal on the board for sure. Chelsea, they're playing pretty well too. They only have 1 loss in their last 8 matches, and they have 1 loss in their last 4 road. So if you look at Chelsea's last couple of matches, the both teams to score has cashed in 4 out of 5 of those, and the over 2.5 has cashed the last 8 straight. So the play I'm on here is the over 2.5 at plus 100. I definitely think that Chelsea's going to have to come to play. They're in a situation where they're in the 3rd place spot. 3rd and 4th get Champions League. They have 60 points. They have Leicester behind them in 4th at 59 points, and then they got Man U in that Europa spot at 58 points. So there's a very close battle there. All 3 of those teams know they need to keep playing right to the last game. And if Chelsea doesn't want to slip out of Champions League, they need to come to win this game. At the same time, I also don't think Sheffield's just going to lay down and die, especially at home, because they are in that Europa race. No, yeah, they're in the Europa race just a little bit, but they're a little far behind, but they still believe they can make it in there. So they're definitely going to come to play, and I think it's going to drive up the scoring. So I definitely see a high-scoring game here.
And what about the both teams to score prop?
Yeah, I definitely think that'll cash it. I mean, I'm not on it, but I expect, like I said, I expect Sheffield to score a goal, and I think Chelsea's really going to come to try and win this game. So I could see it being a 2-1 Chelsea win for sure.
Interesting. And so what about any of the other EPL games on Saturday?
Yeah, so I was looking at a few of them. I was going to try and make a play on the Tottenham match, but I just don't feel comfortable betting on them as a team. I was also looking at the Bournemouth match.
Right.
Yeah, I was also looking at the Bournemouth match because Leicester, they haven't won a game on the road since January, basically. So Leicester, I don't expect them to come out and just destroy Bournemouth. They're going to play desperate too because they're right in that race. If they want to stay in the Champions League spot, they need to win every single game because they're just 1 point ahead of Man U, about to get surpassed. Because the way Man United is playing is they're cleaning up right now. They're probably the best team in form besides Liverpool, but Liverpool is kind of slowing down now. So I think Man United, they've shot up the standings since the restart. So it's gonna light a fire underneath Leicester. They're gonna have to come to play in this game, but at the same time, I don't really trust them on the road. So I was looking to try and get Bournemouth at +1 if you can, but I don't like the line on it right now. But yeah, because Bournemouth is going to be just as desperate. They're trying to get out of the relegation there, and they're going to need every single point they can get as well. So it's one of those situations where it's just going to be a battle.
Right.
Yeah, but that's all the plays I really have in the EPL. Nothing was really jumping out at me. So we'll hop over to Italy now. I got a few plays here. I was looking at the Lazio and Sassuolo game. Now, all year, I've thought that Lazio has been a team that has overachieved. They were holding the second place spot for the longest time. They were on a run where they hadn't lost a game in like 20 matches. They were just absolutely destroying. But the talent on that team, they were playing too well for the players they have there. And now they're starting to come back down to earth as Atalanta is actually heating up and will definitely surpass them. I think Inter Milan's going to surpass Lazio as well. They'll probably slip down to about 4th place in the standings. But Lazio, they're still good. They've only lost the one match at home all year. So I expect them to come to play. They did just get embarrassed in Lecce 2-1. That was a match they should not have lost. But at the same time, Lecce is a very tough place to travel to. It's right at the bottom of Italy. It's the most southern place, basically, in the league. And it's definitely not a place that you're going to be focused traveling to. So a lot of teams I've seen drop points this year in Lecce, like just with draws and even crazy upsets. But I expect this match to go over 3.25. That's my play at -115. Wow. I think there's going to be a lot of goals in this one. For Lazio, both teams to score has cashed 6 out of their last 8 games, and 7 out of their last 8 have gone over 2.5. So definitely Lazio is a team where there's a lot of goals where there's Lazio. And Sassuolo's the same way. You know, they have not lost in their last 5 games, and they have wins in their last 3. So they're playing pretty well. The both teams to score for them is cash the last 6 in a row, and the over 2.5 the last 7 in a row. So I definitely
think. What is the price on the both teams to score though? It must be steep then.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in the -200s. But yeah, definitely. I think you're going to see both teams score in this one. Lazio is really going to try to win the game. They need to try and gain some ground here. They've been slipping as of late. Sassuolo is also, they got good young players. They're not going to lay down and die in this one. They come to play against the Juventuses and the Lazios. So expect them to show up. I see a lot of goals here. There's going to be over 3.25.
Okay, well,
I think
there
you
go.
Easily have a 2-2 game, 3-1,
And so
3-2.
all of these picks, we're going to recap these on Twitter. We're going to have them in our Discord. So was there any, you're still staying in Italy?
Yeah, so I got
and
one
staying on
more.
tomorrow's game? Or are you on to Sunday?
I'm not sure which day this was.
Oh, okay.
I think it is tomorrow, though. It's the Juventus and the Atalanta match.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Yeah. So Juventus and Atalanta are probably the two best teams in Italy by far. I would even put Atalanta higher than Inter Milan. I think Inter Milan, they're shaky right now. They definitely need some help in the midfield. They've been correcting that problem with a lot of the signings they're getting, but they're shaky. Atalanta is a team where it's interesting because they don't have that superstar player. Like if I named an Atalanta player, you would probably have no idea who Ilicic or Zapata is. But this is a team that they play like a team. They just have amazing chemistry, and they're on a roll right now. They haven't lost a match since the restart. They're destroying Juventus. They're having a year. They're in first place in the league, and they're on quite a roll too. They have 7 wins and 1 loss in their last 8, although their loss was in the last match where they got absolutely embarrassed by AC Milan, blowing a 2-0 lead to lose that game 4-2. And AC Milan had a very close goal called back for offside. So that could easily, that went in before Juventus took a 2-0 lead. So that could have easily been a 5-2 match. That could have just went way more south. But Juventus, I think they're going to be angry from that embarrassment because it wasn't just a loss to them. That was an embarrassment, blowing a 2-0 lead. AC Milan, I mean, they're playing really well right now, but they're not a team that I would hold up on a pedestal in Italy. I think they're overachieving a bit right now. AC Milan is actually my team, and personally, I just haven't been impressed with what I've seen from them all year. So to lose that game is definitely interesting. But they've won their last 8 at home. They're definitely going to come to play in their more comfortable environment here. Atalanta has won their last 9 straight games. They've won their last 5 straight on the road. So we have a situation here where Juventus boasts the best home record in the league at 14-1-0. And Atalanta has the best road record in Italy at 10-4-1. So this is one where I find it very hard for either team to lose this match. I could see it being high scoring, but at the same time, Atalanta, if you look at Juventus, lately they've been trending to the over their last 4 matches. There's been more than 3 goals. But Atalanta, in their last 3 matches, we've seen something from them that we haven't seen all year. Their defense show up. And that's huge because Atalanta all year, they were the team that you played the both teams to score in the over. They were winning games like 7-2, 5-1, 5-3. Like there would always be goals, but their defense was weak. They would let in goals. They would have to score 5 goals to win because they're letting in 2 or 3 a game. Now, if you look at their last 3 games, they haven't let in a goal at all. They've won 2-0, 3-0. Like they're playing defense well, and they're just playing super well. I got to take the draw on this one at plus 260 because I think Juventus is going to be upset. They're not going to want to lose this game, especially on their home field. But I think Atalanta at the same time is coming for Juventus. They want to win this game. So
nice pick.
I see it hard.
Yeah, that's good value. That's so plus 260.
Yeah, I see it hard for either team to try and get an edge here. I think, and that's the thing. If one team goes down, I think they're just going to try and come back even stronger and win that game. So it's going to be. I like the draw. I really like the draw on this one. Hard to see either team losing.
Nice. And so was that part of the pick package that you sent over to me earlier?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see that one or didn't clue in completely on that one. So that was the end of Italy, is that right?
Yeah, I was looking at the Napoli AC Milan game, but just been so wrong about betting on AC Milan. I don't even want to touch them. They're playing so well right now. But Napoli at the same time, and both teams are getting lots of shots. If you look at it, they're like Napoli's last 2 games, they've had 20 shots and over 9 on target. AC Milan is getting 15 plus shots. They're getting 8, 9 on target as well. So that could be a high scoring match for sure. But I don't know. I don't feel comfortable betting on that one.
Okay.
So we're going to head over to Turkey.
Okay, we're going to Turkish soccer now.
Yeah.
All right,
we got a lot of plays. The Super League looks very juicy this weekend.
Okay, so tomorrow we just have the 1 game, but then on Sunday there's 3, and Monday there's 5.
Yeah. So definitely we're going to start with the Antalyaspor and Alanyaspor match.
Okay, so that's on Sunday.
Yes. So this is probably, if I had to pick, this is my weakest play on the Turkish card, but I really like Alanyaspor on the money line at plus 100.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Antalyaspor, they're no pushover, especially at home. They always come to play every single game, and they're a tough, gritty team to play. But Alanyaspor, they're playing so well right now. And Turkey, again, they have that same situation where third and fourth get Europa in the Turkish league. So basically there's I think a 4 or 5 team tie, or it's not a tie, but 50 to 54 points. Everybody's in it. The teams are Besiktas, Sivasspor, Fenerbahce, Alanyaspor, and Galatasaray. All 5 of those teams, they have 50 to 54 points, and they're all just right in that battle. So this is one where Alanyaspor has to come to play. Antalyaspor, they don't really have a chance at anything, and they're not in the relegation zone. So with season winding down, I could definitely see this one being not maybe coming as hard. I definitely think Alanyaspor is going to come harder. In their last game, I thought they got completely outplayed by Galatasaray, yet somehow they won that match 4-1. That is just pure skill and strength. Alanyaspor they knew they weren't in control of that game, but they picked their moments and they came out and banged 4 goals on Galatasaray, who's just I don't know, they're falling apart at the seams right now. But yeah, I definitely like Alanyaspor to win this game. Now, they're not too strong on the road, but I think they can definitely come and win this game. They know they need to win this game if they want to climb into the Europa spot. And personally, I think that they deserve that spot over a Sivasspor or even the Galatasaray, the way they're playing right now. But I think Alanyaspor, they're playing well. They score a lot too. They should see goals in this one for sure, because Antalyaspor, they can score as well. But I definitely think Alanya comes to win this game.
Okay, and so that's at plus 106 in regulation. The total set at 3. So you like the over there? Yeah. Or push, basically, on even money.
I could see it definitely having goals, because Alanyaspor, they've scored 8 goals in their last 2 matches, and Antalyaspor at home, they could probably put in 1 or 2 for sure. So this could end up being a 4-2 match. It wouldn't surprise me if it was something like 4-2 for Alanyaspor.
We have Mr. Mike Davis in the house. He's asking, who is this fella, Parsons? He sounds like he knows his stuff. Well, I just can't wait, like you, I'm sure, Mike, for North American sports to return. Absolutely. Until then, we have our soccer expert here, and that is Mr. AM Plus Money. He's been giving out a bunch of picks tonight that he's on. We've bounced around a bunch of different leagues. We were at the English Premier League. We've done Italy. And now we're over in the Turkish Super League. So what are you thinking here next, AM, on that card?
Yeah. So like I said, that was probably the weakest play on the card, because I definitely think Alanyaspor is going to come to play. I'm still going to bet them, but on the road, that's a shake your game. The rest of the games, though, I feel super good about, because Turkey tends to be a home-dominated league. And so the next one we're going to go over is Fenerbahce versus Sivasspor. And now both these teams are sitting right in the standings. I think Sivasspor is in third with 54, and Fenerbahce has 51. But 50 or 51, but
so Fenerbahce and Sivasspor.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a huge match for Fenerbahce. They win this game. Not only do they gain 3 points themselves and tie themselves or get closer to Sivasspor, but they prevent Sivasspor from pulling away in that third place spot. This is a giant match. And at the same time, Sivasspor can try and pull away. But, the way Sivasspor has been playing lately, they were on a hot streak before the break. And you know what? I don't know what happened. That pandemic ruined their momentum because they've come out and just crapped the bed. They won their first game back and they haven't won a game since. Sivasspor is just not a team I want to get behind. Even when they were on their hot streak before the pandemic, they weren't a team you want to get behind on the road. And now you want to get behind them when they're playing like crap on the road against a Fenerbahce team who's actually very good at home. Fenerbahce 10-3-2 at home all year. So they only got the 3 draws and the 2 losses. And honestly, I don't see them adding to those draws or losses against Sivasspor on the road. There's no way. So my play is going to be Fenerbahce on the money line at -110. I definitely think they come away with a win here. They're an extremely good home team. They're going to be in control of this match. Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
so it's kind of a weird card that goes all weekend because there's only the one play tomorrow. But then on Monday, did you have anything?
Yes. So the next match, we're gonna head over to Kasimpasa and Kaika Rizespor. So Kasimpasa, I don't even know what to say about this team. They picked the wrong time to go on the kind of streak they're on right now because they haven't lost a game since they came back from the break. They had a few wins going into the break. And, they're one of those middle of the pack teams where they're safe from the relegation. They could use another win to seal that, really, because they can be caught technically. But they're playing so well right now. I expect them to get this win against Kaika Rizespor. Rizespor is not a good team on the road. They're just not a good team in general. They're sitting, I think, 1 point out of the relegation zone right now, and they deserve to be in there. I can tell you that much. With the way they play, they're going to find their way into the relegation zone. Okay, it's been loss, draw, loss for them. Like, they are not a good team. So Kasimpasa has 1 loss in their last 9 matches, and they have no losses in their last 5 at home. I definitely think they're going to come to play. Rizespor has 1 win in their last 4, but they have no wins in their last 7 on the road. And like I said, this is not a team you want to back on the road. They haven't been playing well since they came back from the break. They haven't been playing well all year. And in the head-to-head matchup between these two, Rizespor only has won 1 match in their last 7. So the rest have all been, I think there's been 1 or 2 draws, and the rest Kasimpasa, even on the road. So I'm expecting Kasimpasa to just get this win against a really bad Rizespor team, and they're gonna seal their fate away from the relegation zone, because once they get this win, then they should be safe, basically.
I've really liked all your picks, all your breakdowns, all your analysis. When you post this in the Discord, make sure to post it like show plays. You know what I mean? Just so we can even keep track of the records of your specific show plays, don't you think?
Yes, for sure. We'll do that.
No doubt. All right, the Turkish Super League.
So
we were doing other stuff with EJ, the Rainmaker, previously, and now he's moved on to do other stuff, and we wish him the best of luck. And now AM has continued to grow, and he's dropping some more knowledge here, and you can get all of his picks in the Discord, the big recap of all these picks. And so are we staying in Turkish Super League?
Yeah, so we got one more match in the Turkish League, and it's going to be the Konyaspor and Istanbul Başakşehir game. This is one where you're giving me Istanbul, the best team in Turkey, at a low -120, and I just got to hop on it. I know we lost in that play against Galatasaray. They did not look very good in that game. They actually got dominated that entire match, but they came out with the 1-1 draw. But Istanbul, in every other game except for that Galatasaray game, they have come to play. They are just the best team in Turkey by far. I think they're better than Trabzonspor. They're better than Galatasaray. They're better than any other team like Sivasspor or Fenerbahce that can try to catch them. They can't. Istanbul belongs in Champions League, and you're going to see them in Champions League next year. They're finishing first place. They have a nice 4-point lead against Trabzonspor in the standings, but I think they're going to come to play. Now, they're a team that they're consistent, and they're consistent on the road too, which is something you don't really get in Turkey. So I definitely think Konyaspor, they're right on the edge of the relegation right now, and I think they're going to end up staying in the relegation, especially when they drop 3 points to this Istanbul team. Konyaspor only has 1 win in their last 5 matches, and they have 1 loss in their last 6 home, so they play somewhat decent at home, but they get a lot of draws. I still expect Vasaksehir here to come out. They have no losses in their last 12 matches and no losses in their last 6 on the road. So they're not going to roll into Konyaspor and lose this game. I think you're going to see you're going to see the regular Istanbul that you usually see. It's going to be a slow first half, and then you'll probably see them come out around the 60th minute, score 2 goals, and win this game 2-0 or something like that.
Wow. All right. Well, I don't know what else to say about that other than everyone get a big recap for sure of all this stuff that's going down here. And in our Discord, as I've said like 5 times now in the last little bit. But yeah, that's where you can get all these picks and others when all the other sports returns. I can't wait to be much more involved again, as I'm sure most everyone out there is. Normally when we streamed before, mainly we were doing it during Monday night and Thursday night NFL football, and we were doing live wagering during those events. And so, well, we do a few content streams as well, and AM had a bunch of picks he wanted to give out to everyone, and we're just getting excited for sports to return, and so we're trying to shake the rust off and get back in here and do some streaming as much as we can. So AM, yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's really nice seeing this MLS tournament because a lot of people think the NBA, the NHL, the MLB, they're going to have problems coming back. But the MLS is out here showing us that it can be done if everybody just cooperates and does the right thing, what they're supposed to do. They can complete the season in a very safe fashion and in a way so everyone can enjoy.
Nice. I hope so. I mean, how many teams? 2 dropped out?
Yeah, 2 had to drop out of the tournament. It was Nashville.
Well, I mean, just bring that same comparison over to any other North American league. Obviously, if 1 team dropped out, how could would the NFL just keep going? I mean, no.
Well, yeah, see, that's the issue you get into because this is just a tournament, so you can't have the team drop out. But obviously, when the season starts, it's going to be a bit of a different story. But
yeah,
we'll see what happens. I guess the most ideal thing would be to isolate the player and bring in someone new. But when you have a situation like Nashville, where 9 of their players, I think 4 tested positive and another 5 inconclusive, so that could be your whole starting lineup right there. So definitely there are some problems, but hopefully the MLS tournament continues on well and the teams come back for the start of the regular season and the other sports can follow suit in the model. If it all works out well, it'll be nice.
Did you have anything else to say about any other picks tonight, or?
Yeah, so we're done with Turkey, but we're gonna head over to Denmark for 1 match.
All right.
So this is gonna be we're gonna head into Copenhagen for the Copenhagen Brøndby match. Now.
So this is Division 1 or Superliga?
This is Superliga. Yes, I don't bet on Division 1. I don't bet on a lot of Serie B second leagues.
All right.
I will on the odd time, though. So the Copenhagen Brøndby. Copenhagen is an extremely good team at home. They're the best team in the league at home. Their record at home is 12-1-2. And they're going up against a Brøndby team that's 5-3-8 on the road. Now, Copenhagen has lost their last 3 matches. But 2 of those were to Midtjylland, who is the best team in that league. They're 12 or 16, I think 16 points ahead of Copenhagen, the second place team. So they're just leagues above, and they like to rub it in Copenhagen's face that we're better than you, because right now Copenhagen has the Europa spot, but you're going to end up seeing Midtjylland there next year. So 2 of those losses were to Midtjylland. Mm-hmm. Also, one was on the road. 2 of them were on the road. So I don't really blame, like the other one was a 1-0 loss in AGF. So I don't blame Copenhagen for that. They're not a strong road team. But here at home against a weak Brøndby team, they should be able to win this game. Personally, I gave out Midtjylland when they just played Copenhagen 2 days ago, or yesterday, sorry. I gave out Midtjylland to beat them, and Midtjylland won that game 3-1, but they were down 1-0 at halftime, and they only had something like 39% possession of the ball the entire game. That whole time I was watching, I did not feel comfortable about my bet. It cashed, but it was not a comforting feeling knowing Midtjylland was getting dominated. Personally, I think Copenhagen played a much better game, and that was on the road for them too. So it was disappointing in a way. It wasn't disappointing for my bet, but it was disappointing to see how they just fell apart in the end there and let in 3 goals in that second half. But at the same time, I think they're going to come back strong in this home match. They should be a little more comfortable here, and they should be able to come away with a win. So my play is going to be Copenhagen minus 0.75 at minus 110, because the money line's a little steep right now. It's at minus 150, and I don't want to pay that. Right. But I definitely think Copenhagen could win this game by 2 goals, probably. It could be a 3-1 match. So definitely like the minus 0.75 on that one. They're a much better team, especially at home. Mm-hmm. And Brøndby, they're not that good, especially on the road too. So this should be one where Copenhagen they break that losing streak and they get a nice feel-good win after getting killed twice by their rival, basically, in Midtjylland.
Nice. And so is that the only one in the Dutch?
Yes, that'll be the only one in the Denver. I was actually looking at the Midtjylland game because they're the best road team in that league. There's a record on the road of something like 14-1-0. Haven't even lost a game on the road yet. You're getting them at plus 230 on the road. But I want to say that's because they're going to have a weakened lineup out. I need to look more into that, but I might end up adding that to my card. You can catch it on Twitter if I do. But yeah, that line, I don't know. When I saw the plus 230, it looked a little juicy, but I know there's a reason that it's at plus 230, so I need to look into that one more. I just didn't have time to go in depth for the Midtjylland match. I was trying to get the good plays ready to go.
So are you going to be able to shift gears when all the other sports comes back and baseball and everything? I mean, I can't wait for that. I mean,
because it actually works out well, because we're dying down with the soccer. Like the EPL has 3 or 4 games left. Italy has about like 7 games left, but it's winding down. Spain has 3 games left. All my other fun leagues that I liked to bet on, like Israel and the Czech Republic, they're done. Austria and Bulgaria are having their last game this weekend. So that's what I mean. Like a lot of the leagues that I've been capitalizing on, they're done. Their season is over. And Turkey has, I think, 3 or 4 more games as well. So this is what I mean. In a few weeks, in a week or two, basically all the soccer is going to be over, and I'm going to be ready for the other sports. I'm excited for the NBA.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I have access to a lot of different cappers in our Discord, and I like to look at lots of different people's picks and sort of I do that a lot. I'm also a situational handicapper at heart, sort of personally, and so I'm looking forward to these sort of tournament style playoffs and the NBA and all of it, and just sort of the shortened MLB season. I'm ready to sink my teeth into all of it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So, AM, I don't think anyone else is going to join us tonight.
Well, I still got 2 more plays left on the
Well,
board.
beautiful.
So we'll cover those and we'll see if anybody hops in by then.
All right.
It would be nice to have the other boys on, but
yeah, come on.
if they can't make it. So we're going to head over to Greg's league, Greece.
Okay.
And we're going to hit up the Panionios and the Panatolikos match.
Okay.
So, Panionios, they're the worst team in the Greek Super League. But as of late, they've been playing pretty well, actually. I'm quite surprised. They haven't lost a match in their last 6. And this is the last place team we're talking about. So, they picked, I guess, a good time because now this is the relegation match. But it looks like them and Panatolikos are both headed for relegation. They're probably not going to get out of there. Mm-hmm. But as of late, they haven't lost a match in their last 6. They haven't lost a match in their last 5 at home. Panatolikos, on the other hand, they have 1 win in their last 4 matches, and they have no wins on the road.
Right.
This is a team
Just keep going. I'm going to step away for 1 second.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, basically, Panatolikos, their record on the road this year is 0-4-14. They haven't won a single game on the road, and I don't expect them to come into Panionios, who's been playing quite well, no losses in their last 6, no losses in their last 5 at home. I definitely think Panionios is going to come to win this game. They still want to try to get out of the relegation if they can. And in the past, the series history between these two, Panionios tends to dominate a little bit. It's quite even. Usually the home team wins the matchup, but the few times that the road team has won the matchup in this series, it's been Panionios. And Panatolikos, like I said, they don't have a single win on the road this year, and I don't see them getting a win here. I don't even see them getting a draw. Panionios is playing quite well. It'll probably be a low-scoring match, maybe a 1 or 2-0 win for Panionios, but I think they get it done here. So my play is Panionios on the money line at -118.
All right.
Yes, and so now the last game. We're going to stay in Greece.
Okay.
It's going to be the Olympiakos match versus PAOK. So, Olympiakos, they have no losses at all in the league. They're leagues above the second place team, which happens to be PAOK. So, this league's better than this team. Olympiakos has played PAOK twice now since the restart, and they've won both matches. Now you're getting Olympiakos at home. And I've watched PAOK play their last couple of matches. They are not impressive whatsoever. They've been losing possession of the ball. They're sloppy passes. They're just not playing well at all. In the first half, they're not even coming out to play in the first half at all. They get a wind in like the second half. They come out and start to play. So I think if they come out here and do that against an Olympiakos team that, they have the league sealed up by far, but it's just pride for them. They want to win against PAOK. These guys have a pretty even record in their series history. They're pretty big rivals. So I'm expecting Olympiakos to show no mercy here at home. They're just going to come out and smack PAOK. And if they score some early goals in the first half, it's going to be over quickly for this PAOK team because they're not going to be able to get the wind back in their sails to come back against this Olympiakos team, who's 15-1-0 at home this year.
So at even money at -1, what do you think about that?
That's actually that is actually my play that I'm giving at Olympiakos -1 at +100.
Okay, well there you go. Because I see it at -177.
Yeah, because like I said, we're either going to win this game for sure at home against PAOK. So worst case, I get a push, but this game could be over early. I could see a 3-4-0. There could be 3-0 in the first half, and then maybe the final score is 4-1, or it settles down in the second half when PAOK decides, we need to come out and play. We're in a game. 45 minutes have gone by.
Right.
But yeah, so those are all the plays on the card today. If you want me to do a recap, I can do a quick recap of all of
I
them.
would say there's no point. We've
Okay.
gone all over all of them, and
Actually, I had one more play too. It was a
absolutely.
parlay though. And
Okay,
it's
a
a
big parlay.
Spanish
People love
team
parlays.
parlay. Yeah, it's a Spanish team parlay. So we went 2-0 in the La Liga today. I gave out on Twitter Real Madrid win to 0. And I gave out the under 2.5. I even said to you guys in the Discord last season it would be a 1 or 2 nothing game. Just smells like it. Both teams are playing low scoring matches. Alavés has lost like all their last couple matches, but only by 1 or 2 nothing. So, and that's exactly what we thought today, 2 nothing. So we cashed those plays nicely. So we're gonna stay in Spain, and basically my parlay is Barcelona money line, Barcelona on the road. Yeah, you don't want to take them on the road because, like I said, there's that road stat in Spain where best team Real Madrid is, I think, about 60% win percentage, and then Sevilla, the second place team, is at like 40-something% win percentage on the road. So Barcelona, they're in that 40 percentage category. They do tie or lose half the time on the road when they're not winning. But I think they're going to come to win today because they're in that awkward position where they've dropped some points in draws since we came back from the break, and now Real Madrid has a 4-point lead against them. So Barcelona, if they want to win that title, they need to come to play every single game, even on the road here. And they have to just hope Real Madrid slips up at some points and drops some points. So this is a game where I expect Barcelona's going to come out. They're going to win this game. So that's the first team on the parlay. Second team's Atletico Madrid. They're at home. They're playing a bad team. I don't expect Atletico to lose this game. They have very good. We know Atletico likes to draw a lot, but those draws usually come on the road. They have a very good home record. I think they've won their last 5 straight at home, and they've only lost one in like their last 8 or something like that. They have a very good. They're a very stout team at home. I expect them to come out and win this game. They're in that situation where they're in a fight with Sevilla right now for 3rd or 4th. At this point, it's just pride. I mean, Villarreal realistically could catch them for that Champions League spot and knock one of them down to Europa. So they do need to keep playing. But at this point, I think that they're just playing for that 3rd place spot, Sevilla. They're Sevilla and Atletico. So I think Atletico is going to come out and win this game. They want to make sure they stay in Champions League. And the third team on that parlay is going to be Sevilla because Sevilla, they were down 1-0 to Athletic Bilbao for a lot of that game. They were dominating 60% possession or more. And they came back in the 70th minute, won that game 2-1. They're hungry. They want to keep that Champions League spot. And again, them at home, like I said, they're pretty good. They're the second best team on the road in La Liga. But if you're going to get them at home, they're an even better home team. So I definitely expect all 3 of those teams. And that parlay, you can get plus 163 on that. So Barcelona, Sevilla, and Atletico Madrid all on the money line.
At plus 163. Nice.
Yes.
So yeah, dropping a parlay at the end there. That's awesome. AM. So yeah, I mean, just as I say, make sure to highlight these as the show plays for, and even date it, I guess, the date.
I will drop it in the Discord for sure.
All right, brother. I don't know. I mean, we could talk other stuff, or we could just, there's no point. There's so many people hypothetically speaking about futures and this and that and trying to, and I'm not going to bother in these shortened seasons. But I'm definitely looking forward to live wagering and
yes, I definitely think live betting is going to be the way to go with these games.
I think so as well. And
we've seen it with the MLS tournament too.
Right. So has that game started?
Actually, yes, it's 0-0 in the 40th minute, and my under 1 in the first half, and the first half draw is looking really good right now with 5 minutes to go.
Wow. Okay. Well, hopefully we did not jinx that.
And you know what? If it ends up happening, like I said, now that's going to be 4 games to the start of this MLS tournament, not a goal in the first half from anybody. So let's see how those last 5 minutes wrap up, plus the injury time, of course.
Right. All right, brother. Well, I wish some of the other guys did come in, and I mean, it's not like the old days where we went for hours and hours on end doing the live streams, and so that will be fun when we can have 5 or 6 guys and we can everybody comes in, and so I'm looking forward to those times.
That'll be great, especially for NFL.
Yeah.
Looking forward to NFL too. They're acting like nothing's happening. They want fans. They want everything. Like I think the NFL is being very unrealistic. But you know what? Their
Yeah.
attitude is kind of funny.
I'm
Everything's
not going to
normal.
comment either.
Everything's just normal. But all right, it'll be interesting. I hope the NFL comes back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not convinced anything's coming back quite yet.
Yeah.
I'm just very hopeful.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
All right.
All right. Well, have a good
All right,
night.
brother. Okay. Thanks for all the picks, and I'll talk to you soon, man.
Yes, I'll see everybody at the window.
Later, brother. Okay, you guys, and so that's tonight's stream. AM Plus Money gave out a whole bunch of free picks, just not free picks, just lots of his own personal picks that you can get in our Discord. I've been tailing lots of AM's picks lately, and he's been on fire. And so thank you, AM, and thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And as I say, as soon as sports hopefully returns, then we're going to be doing lots more live wagering. And I can't wait for that. So until then, see you later.